this is Pam Pearsall, and I'm here today with Courtney Osterfelt with the Launchpad. Hi, Courtney. I'm so glad you're here today. So to start with, tell me what the Launchpad is.
Sure. I'm also happy to be here. Thanks for having me. So the Launchpad Teen Center is a youth-driven teen center. We're located here in right in Prescott, Arizona, and we serve all types of teens. We have after-school programming, leadership programs, an amazing workforce development program, free tutoring, summer camps, fall break trips, spring break trips, clubs. So
what age? You said teens, so 13
up? Yep. So basically middle school and high school. So, you know, for some kids that's 12, some kids that's 13, but basically from 8th grade up.
Okay. And what's your address, or where are you by in Prescott?
We are located at 424 6th Street. So if you're driving down 6th Street, and we're pretty much, our driveway sandwiched between Foxworth, Galbraith, and Wynn Air.
Okay, so how much does it cost to send my child or grandchild to
Totally
you?
free. Yeah.
Oh, totally free?
Yeah.
Okay, and you said something about tutoring? Did you say there was tutoring?
Yeah, so we have all of our services are free. We do sometimes charge a fee for a fall break canoe trip where we go canoeing for 5 days. But we have scholarships for any kid who needs one. We have academic mentorship and tutoring. So a lot of kids right now, as the quarter is coming to a close, are panicking about their grades, or maybe parents are panicking about their grades. And so we have academic mentorship, which is more of like a 360 approach to tutoring. So it's looking at, are they confident enough to raise their hand in school? Is their backpack a mess? And that's the reason that they don't turn in their homework. What are the things getting in the way of them actually feeling like they are worthy of learning? Okay.
And then you said there's camps. And are they typically in the summer then? The camps are in the summer?
We have camps in the summertime, but we also have, fall breaks right around the corner. And so often that's a really difficult time if you're part of a family that can't go away for fall break. Mm-hmm. So you come back to class and everybody's got a story. Everybody, went to Mexico or Costa Rica or Disneyland, and maybe your family wasn't able to get away. And so we offer a getaway trip for youth who aren't able to do that with their families.
Okay, what are your hours?
So that's a complicated question, because for teens, we're open every day from 2:30 basically until 8:30, except for on Fridays and Saturdays, we're open till 10 p.m.
Wow.
Yeah. And then, but we also have a cafe that's part of our workforce development program. Teens learn to work the cafe. There's coffee, sandwiches, smoothies. That is open from 7:30 a.m. in the morning until the teen center closes. And that's every day. So the community, you could come in and get a smoothie or a coffee and help a teen learn how to give customer service.
So here's a question.
Yeah.
Like, I went to the skate park with my grandchildren a while back, and there was some adults there that made me very uncomfortable.
Yes.
So do you have any kind of safety concerns or safety guidelines?
We have so many safety guidelines. Okay. So not only do we have cameras on our property outside, we just to watch who's coming in and out of the building, but we also have a restricted area for the cafe. So like if an adult comes in during drop-in hours to order a smoothie, unless they're a parent, it's required that they order it to go. And then there's a restricted area for those community members to hang out.
So if I'm working, it's kind of a safe place for my child, maybe, to leave school and come hang out there until after they get off school.
Totally. There's like an exodus from school, and you can see kids walking. They take the shuttle. We have a shuttle service, so we also pick kids up. Sometimes they don't want to wait for the shuttle, so they all walk together in groups over to the Launchpad.
So you have a shuttle from the high school and the junior highs?
Yes. So the shuttle runs to Prescott High School, North Point. There's an activity bus from Mile High. And the shuttle also, I believe we're adding a Skyview route to the shuttle as well.
Okay. So I heard there was kind of a controversy, like there was some negativity about the Launchpad. Did you hear anything about that?
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell me what the controversy is? Why would I not happy? You sound great.
Oh, thanks. So the Launchpad serves all teens. There's no selection process. We don't pick and choose. And so that means we serve kids who are all different races. We serve LGBTQ kids, which means that kids who identify as gay or lesbian, transgender, bisexual. We serve kids who are low income, high income, kids with different disabilities. So we serve everybody, similar to the public school district does. The controversy has come from the Republican women of Prescott have been upset about the Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU, that the Launchpad has with the school district. They think that because the Launchpad hosts things like Q Prom, which is a prom for LGBTQ youth, so that they can feel safe and not be concerned about being bullied or physical violence. Have a rite of passage prom weekend, as most teenagers do. They've been upset by that particular program and our connection with the school district for that. So,
but like, if I was at high school and my child was insisting that they were gay or something, they wouldn't be able to go to the high school prom with a same-sex partner, would they?
They can actually go to that prom.
But they might be bullied or feel uncomfortable or it'd be awkward. But you're saying rather than, here's something that...
And our Q prom doesn't exclude kids who identify as an ally or identify as straight. Our prom is for everybody, but the focus is that it's a safe place for LGBTQ youth to come and dance with their same-sex partner or get their picture taken and just have fun and not be worried about being bullied. And, just this last year, we had a teen who was experienced physical violence at the prom as a result of showing up with his boyfriend. And so he said he still enjoyed his prom, but how nice it was to come to the Launchpad's prom and not be worried about being physically attacked or called names.
So now these other programs, you have like something for boys, you have something for girls, you have something for...
Yeah, we've got a boys mentoring program called Boys to Men, which has been going for years. We actually brought Boys to Men under our wing in this last year. So we have that program. That's about helping boys kind of step into adulthood. So overcoming challenges in their family, overcoming challenges in school, and they get mentored with an adult male. We have a girls leadership program, which has been going for 21 years. That is now part of the Launchpad. That's amazing. And it's all about girls supporting each other, building positive community, learning to set boundaries, learning to achieve goals, all things that any parent would want their teenage girl to be able to do. We also have academic mentorship, like I mentioned. We have workforce development. We have so much. So really, our LGBTQ programming is one small component of so much.
Well, do you have any kind of like sex ed or any kind of thing that might be interpreted as indoctrination or grooming or?
We don't personally. We have had at our girls leadership conference, we've worked with the county health department and they've come in to teach a sex ed workshop, but that is through a partnership with a professional. So the county health department, they're experts over there.
Okay, so this MOU that you have with the school, does taxpayer money end up being funneled through the school in any way to your organization?
No.
So that wasn't part of the
No,
problem.
there's no, really what the MOU allows us to do is, the school's getting approached by organizations all the time. Can you advertise and market this for us? So they typically only build MOUs with organizations that are offering free services that are of benefit to their teens or to the kids at the school. So because we have free tutoring, because we have free getaway trips like fall break or summer camps, we have a memorandum of understanding with the school that allows us to offer free tutoring too.
So it actually saves taxpayers because they're not paying for the school
Yeah.
doing some kind of after-school tutoring or something.
Totally.
You're doing it for free.
It's interesting that you bring that up. So I can't remember how many years ago, this was probably 5 years ago. But the school district ran out of their 21st century funding. So 21st century funding is awarded by the federal government to different school districts, and it allows them to provide after-school clubs. Well, when they ran out of 21st century funding, they were relying on teachers volunteering their time after school after already teaching so many hours, adding in a club or adding in tutoring. So that was really when our partnership forged, was how can the Launchpad step in and help alleviate some of that pressure, especially because the school is legally required to provide those programs after school. So if there's no more 21st century grant funding, then that money either has to come out of the school district's budget or teachers have to volunteer their time. And the Launchpad was able to step in as a nonprofit and fulfill a need.
That's neat. So there was the MOU. Was there any other kind of documents that RWAP pointed to?
Yeah. So the RWAP has been referencing this diversity pamphlet that they're very upset about. I couldn't quite understand what they were talking about at first because it just seemed so out of left field. So when I saw the document they were concerned with, that document is from 2 years ago when a teenager in town made a very violent video threatening gay and lesbian youth, saying that he would beat any of them up and that all of them deserved to die. And this was a teen who went to the high school. So as you can imagine, parents were concerned. And so was the school. And so the school, we held a community meeting, school leaders attended the meeting, and they asked our teens, over 50 of them, how can we make school a safe place for all kids? And so the teens came up with some great recommendations that are basically recommendations about being respectful. So don't divide your classroom on the basis of gender, divide them on the basis of, do you like rock and roll music or do you like country music? If a kid comes out to you, don't disclose that information to the entire classroom. If somebody decides, instead of going by Christine, they want to be called Chris, respect that. Only recommendations. And the principal at the time said, could ask the teens, could you put these together in a document that I can share with teachers so that they can get these recommendations as well, and that I can share with families to let families know that we're taking their child's safety and concern seriously. And so the teens made a document. It was beautiful. And that was in 2020. And so RWAP somehow has pulled that document and has been using it now today in 2022 to say, look at the Launchpad has all this control. The Launchpad is requiring teachers to teach like this. It's never been a requirement. It's merely been a recommendation.
Okay. So I think we'll go ahead and link both those documents, the MOU and the diversity, onto this so people can read and see what they're talking about. So did you want to speak about any other specific programs that you have, or do we want to go?
What can we not? I mean, seriously, we have so much going on at the Launchpad. The first thing I want to make sure that your viewers understand is that they can come in and get coffee at the Moon Cafe. It's such a cool program. It's part of our workforce development program. So teens commit to an 8-month apprenticeship, and they learn how to do everything from make a fancy coffee drink to profit and loss statements, inventory. They give financial statements, presentations to our board of directors. These are teenagers, 14, 15 years old, who are getting this amazing work experience on how to run a small business. And so when the community comes in to buy a sandwich or a smoothie or a coffee, they're helping those teens exercise their skills, and all of those funds go right back into our programs. Okay. So come and visit us. Okay. Come to the Moon Cafe. And then the other program that's really cool right now that the Launchpad is getting a lot of amazing publicity for is this program that our teens have created called Better Together. And Better Together is a program about civil discourse and about teaching people to have conversations across difference, not because you want to change somebody's mind, but merely because you want to learn about them, which is really amazing. And boy, have we moved away from civil discourse as a community. I think so, yeah. And our teenagers have noticed that. Mm-hmm. And they are saying, okay, well, if we're not learning about civil discourse from adults, how can we become educated about it? So they designed this program, and they have this survey. They want to get over 1,000 people in the Prescott community to take the survey of all different types of people. They really want to know what people think about what is driving division and how can we bring people back together. So hopefully we can link to that survey
Let's try to link to that too. That's wonderful. Do you have like a calendar of events or a website where we could find out what's coming up?
Our website is www.thelaunchpadteencenter.org, and we have our calendar of events on there. We have ways that you can get involved. We always need volunteers. So if any of your viewers want to volunteer.
If I wanted to volunteer, do you do a background check?
You're going to background check, fingerprint card, depending on your level of volunteering. But all of our academic mentors have a fingerprint card clearance. They are background checked, and they go through our volunteer orientation.
And then what's the ratio it's 20 kids, 1 adult, 20 kids?
So it's 10 to 1 for our staff, but like in academic mentorship, it's 1 to 1.
Okay.
And there's other people in the room, but you're working just with one kid.
How do you get financing?
Oh, we have fundraisers, we have grants, we have caring community members who just support.
Qualify for the child tax
We
income?
Sure do. For the charitable tax credit. So if you're an individual and you have $400 in income tax, you can give $400 to the Launchpad Teen Center and you get a dollar for dollar tax credit. It's one of the most amazing things that Arizona does. If you're a couple, you can give up to $800 and get a dollar for dollar tax credit on your income taxes.
Okay, so to wrap this up, you have these fabulous programs. They're all free to the community. If I want my child to attend, is there an application that I fill out?
So we do have a registration form online. You can also just show up. So a lot of times, people are uncertain, kids are nervous, they might have social anxiety. So the best advice I have for parents and grandparents is bring them by for a tour. Say, let's go get smoothies at the Launchpad Teen Center. Mm-hmm. Bring them in, and I promise you, the second they step in, a team leader will be like, I'll give you a tour. And they immediately feel welcome. So
okay, and then do I give you an application with an emergency number?
Yep. The registration form has all of that information, everything from emergency number to food allergies to all those all those things that we would need to know. And then the kid is in the system. They can take our free shuttle from Prescott High School or Mile High or North Point, ride on the free shuttle to come to the Launchpad. They'll get put into our system for notices around fall break trips and leadership opportunities, all that good stuff.
Do you have maximum numbers? So, if you read it to maximum, then my child can't come today, or how does that work?
Yes. So we are in a brand new building on 6th Street. So that building's capacity is pretty extensive. We'd have to have like over 300 and some odd kids. So we haven't reached it yet. I hope we get there. But yes, if we had reached maximum capacity, your kid would go on a wait list. And the second somebody, quit
turns 18, ages out or whatever. Also, that was my other question. Vulnerable kids that are in the foster care or have problems, they're welcome there, but that's not the only type. It's anyone.
It's anyone. I'm so glad you asked that. I mean, we really believe that we all have something to offer each other. So it's not just for quote unquote at-risk kids. It's not just for high achievers. It's not just for kids with learning disabilities. It is for everybody. And that's the beautiful thing about the Launchpad is you'll see kids leaving Prescott High School and they might be walking in their different groups and maybe not talking to each other. They walk through the doors of the Launchpad and they turn around and they go, hey, how was your day? It's like the second they come into the Launchpad, all of that pecking order goes away.
So you don't feel like it's cliquish at all inside. Oh, that's good.
No.
And that's because of all the training and the encouragement.
The training, we have incredible staff. Like our staff are so skilled and so trained at building positive community. Every single day we have all the teens circle up and there's an opportunity for every single teen to be heard in that circle. So we sometimes do something silly, like if you could be any superhero, what would you be? And sometimes it's something more serious, like as the quarter is coming to an end, what are your academic obstacles right now? And how can you be supported by this group of people and overcoming them?
Oh, that is wonderful. So I think we're going to go visit your place. I'm so excited.
Me too.
And so we'll get to do a tour and then we'll put that on here. We'll put the link to your website, to the MOU, to the diversity
pamphlet.
Pamphlet. Also, if anybody has any questions that they would like to ask Courtney, you can email me at Prescott News. Tell me what your question is, and then I'm going to give you those questions in the next part.
I would love that. So, please don't be shy.
I so appreciate you coming today and visiting with me. Is there anything else you want to say before we wrap this up?
No,
We've said it all.
Just thank you so much for having us, and I'm really grateful to be here.
So we'll see you in our next installment. Thank you so much for being with us today, and we hope to see you next time.